on the mic is the man with the aftershave. I'm gonna hit the town and show you how to misbehave. I spray 10 sprays on myself and then 10 more. And when I hit the club, you know that I'm gonna score. I got the Creed, the Tom Ford and the Zerjoff. And I've got some fragrances you never heard of. If you take my advice, then you're gonna have a good time. You'll smell so good that all the ladies have to form a line. Jeremy Fragrance wants to know where I buy my clothes. I said, forget it, bro, you know you can't afford those. He told me please, so I said, fine, I'll write it down. He saw the price and looked at me with a sad frown. I said, bro, don't worry, you're a good guy. Your channel's okay and we know that you really try. And now it's time to talk about the greatest men's colognes. So please get ready, cause you know that I'm in the zone. Hello everyone, welcome back to all of you in the Smelly Army. So today we're going to be having a look at my top 7 inexpensive fragrances. So all of these really superb smelling fragrances with okay performance for the most part, and then they're really going to cost you not very much at all. Let's get stuck into it. First up then, it's one that I did a sort of initial impression review on a little while back. It's been causing a bit of a stir in the fragrance community, and it's Club de Nuit Milestone from the house of ARAMIS. This is very much a clone of Millésime Imperial from Creed, which I just have a small 30ml bottle of. I got mine for around about £35, and you can find it on eBay in the UK for that kind of price, or maybe just upwards of that, around about the £37 mark, I think, for a 100ml, I think it is, 105ml bottle. Fantastic blingy bottle design, like Club de Nuit Intense Man, their Aventus clone. This is a better fragrance than that, in my opinion. It's almost identical to Millésime Imperial by Creed. They've done an incredible job here. So it captures the very, very fresh vibe of that fragrance. It's all about citrus notes, very, very bright, effervescent citrus. Some people say a sort of salty watermelon vibe, and it's not a bad description. There's something about it that captures the idea of sea air, a sea breeze maybe, and this kind of juicy, effervescent, youthful citrusy freshness that you get with this fragrance. Extremely nice stuff, very, very well done indeed, and for a fraction of the price of the Creed fragrance. Performance about equal on both of them. I find Millésime Imperial to be an average okay performer, not terrible but not really, really good. Likewise on the ARAMIS, but for this price you can spray a lot, can't you? I think in the USA some people have been finding it a little bit hard to find for a good price. It's a bit expensive over there, so if you can, wait till you find it coming down to the sort of ARAMIS prices, which I guess, you know, you're looking at equivalent to £35 in the UK, £40, $40 probably and below if you're in the USA. That's the kind of price you want to pay for that, and it's superb stuff. Don't forget, if you'd like to join the Smelly Army private members club over on Patreon, there's a link in the description to do that. It costs just $2 a month, and you get an extra video from me every week, plus you get to watch everything I've already uploaded in there. We're building a really nice community, lots of interaction, and I'd love to see you in there. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is one from the DUNHILL Icon series that doesn't get a lot of love, and this is Icon Elite. I'm a big fan of the original DUNHILL Icon, but I've mentioned that many times before. That is good value indeed, as well as is this one now. So I found this on Notino at the moment for just £27 for a 50ml, or the 100ml is £38. I'm not sponsored by Notino for this video or anything like that. Notes on this one, you've got bergamot, lime, bitter orange, cardamom, vetiver, sage, juniper, black pepper, ebony, sandalwood, suede and labdanum. So it's a really, really nice woody fragrance. It kind of captures the feel of ebony wood to me, okay? Hence, I guess, the black colour of the bottle. Very, very vibrant, actually. Sort of a freshness about it, but not really a citrus freshness. A little bit of a slightly generic shower gel thing going on, but because of this lovely combination that it's got of a sort of ebony wood, suede and sandalwood combination, it's got something quite unique and different about it. It smells really, really classy, really good, great for young people, old people, any age, doesn't really fit into any obvious genre of fragrances, a great all-rounder. Performance, I guess, actually kind of just okay on this one, nothing outrageous, but a really, really great versatile kind of signature scent. And yeah, I kind of didn't initially think I was that excited by this one, but I think for that price, it's a really, really great fragrance to have in your collection. So DUNHILL Icon Elite has won me over, and you can pick this one up for really good prices here in the UK, and I think the same thing's probably happening elsewhere in the world if you're in the States or elsewhere. Look out for good bargains on Icon Elite from DUNHILL. Now, moving on to some slightly different kind of stuff here. I'm going to highlight a few now, actually, from a place that I've discovered this year where I really like getting fragrances, and that's executiveshaving.co.uk. I am not in any kind of collaboration with them. They didn't send me any of these fragrances free. I bought them all there. I just want to point you in their direction. I think it's a really good site. Obviously, they're mainly, or their thing is all about shaving, wet shaving, razors, brushes, shaving creams. But they have a really good range of men's fragrances as well, because it all goes together, doesn't it? Men's grooming. So here are a few of my current new favourites. The first one is by a house called EXTRO. I mentioned one by them called Frarinic, which I love, and this one is called Del Don. It's called an aftershave eau de toilette, so it's kind of eau de toilette strength, but it comes in a splash bottle. The price is a ridiculous, I think, don't quote me, but roughly around £12 on executive shaving, and that is a stunning price for this really lovely Italian made. I think it's kind of handmade in not massive batch. You know, so they're a small operation. They've got a little shop somewhere in Italy, and they're pumping out some amazing, lovely, fresh, classy, chic smelling Italian style fragrances in these splash bottles for £12 or something. This one, I'll get the note listing actually. It's an interesting note listing. It's fresh in an aromatic way, not so much in a citrusy way. So the note reading will kind of demonstrate that. You've got petitgrain, basil, lily of the valley, sage, lavender, thyme, cassis, amber, patchouli and gaiac wood. So Del Don is the name of this, and so it's got this kind of soapy clean feel. If you've ever smelled Myrto de Panaria from Acqua di Parma, it's reminiscent of that to me, although myrtle, which is the key note in that one, doesn't seem to be mentioned as a note in this one. If you're looking for an aromatic, very fresh, soapy, kind of green herbal smell, this is brilliant. It smells so natural, and the longevity is okay. I've got it in a sprayer somewhere, so I do spray quite a lot, and I get a good full days of smelling just totally clean, herbal, classy, bit different. Love the kind of design, the aesthetic they've got there going with the bottles. It's cheap, it's cheerful, but it doesn't smell cheap. So Del Don, and yeah, my recommended place if you're in the UK would be executiveshaving.co. I will link them in the description, but like I say, I'm not tied in with them, and hopefully if you're elsewhere in the world you can source it. They do have an EXTRO website. I think it's extrocosmesi.it for Italy, so see if you can get it if you're elsewhere in the world. Another couple that you can get on the Executive Shaving website, this one I really find to be fantastic value, and it's from PRORASO, a shaving brand, and this one is called Wood and Spice Cologne. If you're looking for a fantastic woody, semi kind of barbershop smell, but really just a really good woody smell, if you like things like Encre Noire by Lalique, this is a good alternative to that. The notes are saffron, cumin, cedar, sandalwood, vanilla and rock rose. What I get really is mainly cedar, sandalwood, and I actually think there's a fair bit of a vetiver note in here as well. So if you combine those, you've just got something very, very woody. There's a little bit of subtle spiciness and an undertone of sweetness. Vanilla is listed as a note. Very, very nice fragrance. If you love your sandalwood scents, I think you're going to like this one. I think the price on this one is something like about £28 something for 100ml, which I think is really good value. Nice longevity, masculine, comforting, classy, again a great work scent. It's not really an old school barbershop, it's kind of a modern, good quality wood fragrance. And if you like woody tones, if you like things like Bentley Absolute or the old Gucci Pour Homme No. 1, it's in that kind of ballpark of smell. Brilliant stuff. PRORASO Wood and Spice, check it out. Next up, we've got one more clone in the list, and this is from Pocket Scents. Again, they are on Executive Shaving, you can get them there, and this is Lisboa. So Pocket Scents makes some really, really good priced clone type fragrances. Lisboa is their take on Creed's Bois de Portugal, one of my all-time favourite fragrances. I think this is a 50ml bottle, and it's around about, I think, £34.99 or something like that. So it's not the cheapest of the cheap, but very good value for what you get, because of course Creed's Bois de Portugal, very expensive, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. It's so close, it's unbelievable. Just maybe at the very beginning, there's just something a little bit more three-dimensional, effervescent, special about the opening, but once they go through a few minutes of development, you're going to be really hard pressed to tell these two apart. This doesn't come off as a cheap copy. So it's got that beautiful combination of bergamot, vetiver, sandalwood, and of course Creed's famous ambergris in the original. And of course, you know, the ingredients supposedly Creed would tell you can't be the same high quality, but whatever they did I think they got incredibly close to the smell of Bois de Portugal. Very nice performance on this one, as does Bois de Portugal have. So Lisboa, really, really good clone of Bois de Portugal. I've got the Dua clone as well, which is called Royal Portugal. That's excellent too. That's a little bit brighter and fresher than Bois de Portugal. This one is more like a carbon copy, really. And yeah, so very happy to have the Dua one too, but I have to say this one doesn't smell worse to my nose. It's a little bit different, but Lisboa has really impressed me. And another one they do also is, which I've got somewhere over there, their take on Viking called Blood Axe is spot on. Viking's not my favourite Creed fragrance, however, but if you do like it, their Blood Axe, I think you can also get that on the Executive Shaving site. They did an incredible job. I think they're a little bit difficult to get if you're outside the UK, but I'm not sure Executive Shaving may be able to ship to parts of Europe. Don't quote me. Okay, yeah, and I just want to stress I'm not tied in with them in any way. I just thought I'd mention that they're a good site. Okay, moving on then, last one in the list, New West from Aramis. Getting a bit old school towards the end of the list. Sorry about that, you youthful viewers out there. New West from Aramis, a 19... Was it might have been a late 80s release, actually. And it's a very, very gentlemanly, fresh kind of fragrance, but it's got a little bit of an aquatic tone in it as well. So the note listing for this one, hopefully, is in here somewhere. Hang on a minute. I wrote these... Oh, I wrote it on the tester strip, did I? That was clever. Okay. Yeah, so we've got C notes: mint, lavender, pine, juniper, amber, patchouli, oak moss and cedar. I didn't write all the notes. So this is sort of an aromatic fougere with an aquatic twist, a slightly sea note, sea air, sea breeze kind of thing infused into perhaps a slightly 80s style Dracar Noir-esque green, piney, mossy, aromatic fougere. It's very nice, and that sort of airy sea note thing that's the ozonic note, I think it's maybe something called calone, C-A-L-O-N-E, kind of prefigures the more aquatic scents like Aqua di Gio or l'Odyssée, which were coming along in the 1990s, but this is a different take on that. More of an old school retro vibe than those. Probably for those of us like me who love our gentlemanly aromatic fougères, but a slightly different twist on it with this sort of aquatic thing going on in it. So that one, I found mine on Notino, and I think it's something like 20 something, or not much above £20 for a 100ml bottle, which is great value. And performance on that one, decent. None of them are beast mode actually today, but all good in performance. But none of them are really, really weak. None of them mega strong. So all really perfect, versatile scents for a man to wear, and great prices, I think, for all of them. Oh, I forgot one. How could I forget this one? This is also one of the ones you can get on the Executive Shaving site, and it's very much in keeping with that shaving, after-shavey type of world. PINAUD CLUBMAN Vanilla. The original PINAUD CLUBMAN, a classic barbershop scent, and this is a twist on it, a flanker if you like. So the note listing for this one is vanilla, lavender, tonka. Actually, that's not listed, but I pick up on it. Spicy notes and sage. Some people have compared it to Rive Gauche Pour Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. A little bit. It's definitely a barbershop-ish scent, but it's a more spicy, sweet take on a barbershop scent rather than a mossy green one. So the lovely vanilla, and I think tonka accords here, mix beautifully with the lavender. If you're looking for a less spring or summer kind of vibe, maybe a barbershop fougere type scent for the colder seasons, winter, autumn, this does it beautifully. Very, very smooth, aromatic, a little bit sweet, and just a fantastic fragrance for the price, which I think is something like £12 for a 177ml bottle. Cheap splash bottle, but I do love that design on the label. So let me know if you've checked out any of the other flankers to PINAUD CLUBMAN. Guys, those are some inexpensive choices that will have you smelling absolutely great. Let me know if you've tried any of them and what you thought of my picks. And thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. Bye-bye.
It made it.